Until fabricated automatons with synthetic intelligence become commonplace, we, as a human species, will have to continue relying on other people to be our board gaming opponents. But the problem with relying on other humans is that you can't always find one when you need one. Now, some strides have been made towards mitigating the problem of finding fun folk through the creation of websites that are designed to connect people with other people with similar interests, like Meetup.com. And while Meetup.com is an excellent resource for locating a game group in your geographic area, it's also cluttered with dozens, if not zillions, of other non-board gaming meetup groups. And additionally, one of the popular places for board gaming meetups to take place at, local game stores, often aren't even involved in coordinating board gaming meetups on Meetup.com. Well, that's why I was excited when, at some point during the Origins Game Fair a few weeks ago, as I was wandering the aisles, lost in thought, contemplating this very issue, I smashed haphazardly into a gentleman named Charles who was at the convention on behalf of a possible solution to this very problem. Actually, that's what I told Charles. What I was actually contemplating was calculating how many cubic feet of carpet shampoo it must take to clean all the carpets in the convention center. But Charles was so enthusiastic that I couldn't bring myself to tell him the truth. But it turns out that I'm glad I lied to Charles, because he was one of the developers of SocialMeeples.com, a new website that's being designed specifically to connect gamers with other gamers while keeping local game stores in the loop during the process. Now, as of the time of this recording, SocialMeeples.com is still in beta, which means that it's still being developed, and user feedback is still welcome to help improve the website and make it the best that it can totally be once it's done. Additionally, SocialMeeples.com is designed to be a free service for gamers to find and create board gaming events, which is a bargain when compared to other social gathering sites, such as Meetup.com, which start at about $10 a month for event organizers. So, I'm curious to see if SocialMeeples.com becomes the next big thing a board gaming event organizer can't do without, like dice or card sleeves or industrial-grade Meeple sanitizer. But even if designed specifically as a free alternative for people to find and create board gaming events, a service like this will only gain traction if people use it, of course. Because for every board game web service that succeeds, there's a dozen that don't. I remember wondering if BoardGaming.com was going to replace BoardGameGeek.com. It did not. BoardGameLinks.com is still around, but did anyone else out there ever use its long-lost cousin Smash.me? The bottom line is that it's not enough for an online service to simply exist. It has to also deliver an experience that is perceived as having a greater value than the existing alternatives, and then somehow convince those users to migrate to it and learn a new system. And how do you accomplish that? I mean, is it intuitive for a user to accomplish their objectives, such as locating places to play games and people to play them with? Do other gamers even know about the site? And if they do, are they even using it? Whether or not SocialMeeples.com will grow to the point where it gains the critical mass to become a valuable resource for board gamers will be answered in the months to come as the site gains users and completes its beta testing. But since this is a potentially useful resource for board gamers seeking other gamers, I do hope it does well and becomes ubiquitous. And that's why I thought it's worth checking out and leaving your feedback. And while you're still in feedback mode, let me know in the comments below what methods you use to locate and manage the gaming events that you attend, whether through an online service or even the old-fashioned way with those paper and pencil things. And in the meantime, for more board game news, reviews, and commentary, be sure to subscribe to both the Dice Tower and Pair of Dice Paradise YouTube channels. And then follow us on Facebook and Twitter to continue the conversation. Until next conversation, I've been fabricated board gaming replicant Chaz Marler.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
So, will SocialMeeples.com become the next big thing that a board gaming event organizer can't do without? Like dice, card sleeves, or industrial-grade Meeple sanitizer? That was a mistake.